You're good to go.
All right. Let us start, as we always do, with roll call. Tokas,
Hello.
Totzig,
I'm here. I'm trying to figure out my stream's not actually updating screen page, but yes, I am here.
Salik,
Yes, yes, I'm
and,
here.
and last but not least, Boblin.
I'm Boblin.
We will be missing the doctor because he needs to work early in the morning, and real life comes first. So, when last we met, you all had made your way from the waters near the waterfall up up in the corner of Omu, down through some abandoned buildings, around the side of the cliff that leads into this section of the sunken city, to uh, this temple, uh, near, I would say, the closer to the bottom of the city, but there's not much left of what was below this. Uh, you went in uh, to the temple, did some investigating, found a bunch of pictures with, well, a bunch of pictograms engraved into stone with torch holders, and decided and kept investigating on as some drop bears decided to say hello to the rear guard of the party. And now, as you beat the life out of these tiny, tiny magical bears, that is where we will pick up as the last one dies.
I just sweep one aside with my quarterstaff and I go, "Oh, little gremlins. Came out of nowhere."
We left you guys for 10 seconds? 10 seconds. And you get drop bared.
Yes.
Okay. We still have this door to get through. That hasn't changed. So I will resume attempting to get through the door.
I will join the others, look back and go, "Do not dawdle too long, Doctor."
Any luck?
I'm waiting on the game to tell me what I need. I
Sorry
had
about
already
that.
investigated for traps and all that last session.
Assuming I still have the dancing light still up, I'm going to angle it towards the ceiling to see if there's any more surprises.
Um, you don't see any more drop bears from at least first glance. If you would like to make a perception roll, you could. As for uh, Totzig, about to do it again. Stop myself. You open the door to uh, uh, this one. Yeah, this is another stone door, but it seems much lighter than the other ones, and you manage to push it open yourself. As you do, you see a glorious sun carved into the ceiling directly above a pool of still water. The ceiling reflects the pool and doesn't show a sun carving, but rather a moon carving. So as Give me a second because lighting things. It's in here. Dynamic lighting. I grabbed the thingy. That's your token. Should be on the right layer. What the hell? Am I doing something?
It would be the dynamic lighting layer.
There we go. Should be able to see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you see a bit of a ruined room, with a still pool of water. On the ceiling, you see a sun carved into it. But as you look into the pool, you don't see the sun, you see a moon.
We're gonna give it a small circle around. Wait for everyone else to gather. Safe to assume that somewhere in here lies the next of our stones. I'm not gonna move the doctor and all his shenanigans up there.
Follow, quit moving. I get fidgety.
Ah, yes. You leave the doctor with the corpses.
No, no.
I know
we
he's
brought
not
him
here,
up.
but this seems very, very on point.
I am sure he scoops one or two into his bag. I mean, are they classified as humanoid by his assessment? If so, he would
No.
definitely bag at least one. Otherwise, they're not valid targets. Alright. Sleek, do me a favor. Your lights, shine them up there by the sun, see if anything changes. First thing that comes to mind.
Yes, can do. And I will move the dancing lights up towards the sun.
Otherwise,
Hello?
he died.
God damn it. Miss.
We've moved the dancing lights up by the sun. That's pretty much the gist.
I think of a robot there, so we said we move those dancing lights up to the sun to see if anything changes.
The sun seems to be made out of some sort of metal. It doesn't seem to be made out of any kind of stone. As you look at it, it looks like some kind of copper or like bronzish metal. Something kind of orangey in hue. Other than that, it doesn't look like there is any kind of switch or connection up on the ceiling.
How about the reflection?
The reflection, you don't see that at all. When you look into the water, you see a very a silver moon in the place of the sun.
Yes, but do we see the light?
Don't sit there.
You do not see the light. In fact, with this group's passive intelligence, you don't see your reflections. Well, they are. You see your reflections at very low opacity. They don't seem to be actual, like, full-on reflections.
Curious. My guess is either illusion magic or an alternate dimension.
Like one where I have hair?
Yes, Bubba, one where you have full-blown hair.
Strawberry pats your head.
Thank you, Strawberry.
Pats your bald head.
Wow. I'll pull out a copper piece and flick it into the well.
Did you make a wish?
Roll me a flat d20 just to
Staring at Boblin.
determine. Let's see what. Let's let the dice decide what happens, because this is something that I don't think they thought of. So I will figure that out. Give me a flat d20 roll. Hmm. So you flick the coin into the water. It splashes down. You see it slow as it hits the water, and then you see it come up again on as if it was bounced off something, and then you just see it start to just float on at a point in the middle of the water. Like, you definitely see it as it didn't hit a bottom. It just seems to want to float there.
Well, it's not melting. Tokus, are we sure this is good and proper water?
No, you're not.
I'm sure.
What if we gave some of it to one of the doctor's friends?
I'm sure they're not feeling quite all that parched at the moment.
Indeed. But what if it's magic?
Or I
What?
think I've had enough
If it's
water after.
magic?
Actually, wait, hold up. Out of character. When was that? No, where was that temple where I had to drink a whole bunch of water?
Literally
will.
just outside of this one
Yeah.
or the last one.
I think it might have been the last one actually. So
Yeah, the
Would not have
last
been that
one
long
with
ago.
the grungs was, I would say, about a day ago.
never mind. So I'm pretty sure by this point Slee's gotten over the water thing.
I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I know this
By the
is
way,
magic. It doesn't say the.
We'll
Does
look
not
at the
say-
effects and make a guess, given what you know.
Yeah, I just need to get reminded of the schools of magic and what they do. Ow.
by the way, I got a dirty 20 in that perception roll earlier. I
Yes.
doubt that affects anything in the chamber, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, quick question. Would you be you would be looking throughout the entire chamber, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're talking to Darth, not me.
Okay. So what you find with a dirty 20, nice, is you don't see any more of the tiny bear creatures. But you did find a seam in the wall over near the entrance. Over here.
There's not quite right for that wall there. Perhaps a hidden door? While Tokas is using detect magic, I will prod the wall with my quarterstaff.
It seems like a very sturdy wall. You do see this.
For the record, that's
Uh,
back in the hallway, not in this chamber, correct?
Yeah, it's back in the hallway.
We'll attend to it shortly. This, I'm sure, is where our goal lies. Can you not make out anything of the arcane there, wizard?
I'm just trying to figure out like the pool. The pool itself does seem to be enchanted. Though the water itself doesn't seem to be the source of the enchantment. It seems to be a conduit for the enchantment. I want to say like actual enchantment magic, but
Okay.
I'm a dumbass right now and I'm just like where
It seems to be enchantment magic.
okay. Okay, no, there we go. Conjuration. Sorry about that.
Okay. Strike out,
Conjuration magic.
strike out enchantment, add a conjuration.
Yeah. The pool at scene, yeah, it is enchanted with conjuration magic.
All right. Could those of us with knowledge and arcana roll to see if we know anything? Yeah, more about this.
Go right ahead.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
And a 23.
Hot damn. Jesus God. All right, so the two of you kind of go back and forth for a second and start to discuss. And the first thing that you get reminded of is would either one of you have like stuck your hand in the water?
Oh!
Okay. Look, I had to ask.
Roblin probably would have tried it at some point, but got
Getting thwacked by a 10-foot pole.
Ah,
Oh, God.
try it. Oh, you just
So
nursing his finger.
the water seems safe. This feels like a connected point of teleportation. Like this point will go is connected to some other space.
Alternate dimension?
So basically a portal type deal?
Yes.
I want to see my hair.
Tutsig, I believe it is a portal, and we probably should keep bobbling up.
Portal, huh?
Portal, huh?
Gonna pull out some rope.
Oh no.
Gonna begin tying it around the goblin.
Ah!
Now, to be fair, Boblin, I believe you're the strongest person in the room.
I think Tutsig might have him.
No, he's got a gauntlet. That gauntlet definitely shifts things into his favor, but I'll pull out the dad voice.
Boblin trusts his dad.
Hold still!
Ah! I'm wiggly.
If I mess up the knot, you don't come back.
Ah! Boblin will stay Ramrod still. Ramrod still.
Now be careful, Boblin. We don't know what. Yeah, we don't know what kind of dimension you could be hopping into. For all we know, it could be one where we're all evil.
Why are we sending the Boblin through and not like Brian?
Because you're small and easily retrievable.
So are you.
Because you're a hero. And I throw him in the fucking pool.
Boblin, give me an acrobatics roll.
Okay.
I want to see a one so bad just for giggles, but I
Characters.
will do it. Do
Boblin.
needs to be done.
I don't think I forgot one, but I may have forgot one.
Athletics.
Abjure. You forgot Abjure.
Oh, fine.
And conjuration.
That's not a. It's right there at the front. Start.
Oh. Sorry,
That
go
would be a
ahead.
10.
10. It's a bit low, but yeah. So, Boblin, you get thrown down, like straight down into the pool as you go through, and it feels like you're going through like a foot of water, and then you pop out. It's like on the other side, and immediately gravity shifts as you go straight back down and kind of bounce back and forth between these two, and and you end up surfacing on the other side, and you are alone in a room much similar to the one you were in before, but as you look above, there is a moon, a fairly large moon. Embedded into the ceiling that seems to be made of silver. You do see a door.
I'm waiting on tugs for the rope.
There's still a. I'm still attached to the rope around my
You're
waist.
still attached to the rope, and if you look into the pool, you see a very faint reflection and very warbly the rest of the party looking down at you. You are soaking wet, I will give you that.
I'm gonna pantomime a very painful death.
I give the rope a very hard tug.
Squawk! Ballabag! Ballabag!
Dexterity
Let's see.
save.
Let's see if his performance.
Dexterity save.
Whether we believe
Boblin.
him.
See if you get yanked back through. Very, very harshly. Okay, yeah, so you pantomime taking a bullet in the chest. As one of your best performances in the world. And as you get tugged, you dig your heels in, and you're just like a tug of war. Like, no, I'm on this side. Stay on this side.
Like, is he suspended over this thing, or what?
He's like over the edge.
Oh, okay.
Blah, 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 still spasming.
Yeah, so as Totzig yanks, you just kind of dig your heel into the rim of the pool on this side.
So you said it's like a foot of water?
Yeah, it felt like you traveled through like a foot of water.
Can I like stick my head and shoulders in and pop up and like have my head pop up on the other side?
Yes. You decide if you do that, that will happen.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Blah.
Hi.
I bonk
got
him with a
better.
10-foot pole.
Oh, you're alive. Good. Oh.
Far as I know, he died. Now he's moving. Far as I know, he's undead. He gets bonked with a 10-foot pole.
You did have a really very convincing performance. This place is full of zombies. I hope you remember.
You
Not
were, yeah,
dead, not dead.
you were a little too convincing, my son.
They're dancing strawberries everywhere. Not really. Do you want me to look around? I'm okay. Well, until the traumatic brain injury I just got.
What's on the other side, Boblin?
It's a room with a moon and a door.
That's it.
Well, I was too busy to look around. You want me to look around?
Yeah.
Don't hit me again. I'll go look around. Okay, bye. This time, when Boblin's back on the other side, he would like to look around.
All right. Do you go through the door?
I would like to look around the room first.
Okay. This looks like a very mirror to the other room. It seems like a bit of an antechamber. Now at uh, a closer inspection, and from which on the other side, because I missed a piece of box text Q book on a different page, because apparently this section is split onto 2 pages. The 2 rooms seem to be a bit of a mirrored, as you see on as you saw on the other side, people working in the daytime on farms and making crafts along the wall, much like the pictures outside, the carvings out in the hallway. But on this side, it seems much like people working at night, like clay workings, guard work, hunting, jobs you would do at night.
Okay. And this door, are there any windows or bars in it?
No, this seems much like the other doors in the temples that you have gone to. A stone door that at one point uh, had a wooden door handle that rotted off, so now there's just kind of a hole in the door.
Okay. Can I see through into the hallway beyond?
Can't see particularly far.
I'm just like I'm trying to
Yeah.
get a sense of what's
Yeah,
beyond.
so like if 1 second, light, not that button. Not no, stop that. Okay. Okay. Just delete it. There we go. So you would see that much.
Okay.
As I'm just gonna put you there because I assume you're looking through the door.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'd see that much.
Okay. Boblin would attempt to open the door.
With your amount of strength, it would be easy. This one seems much lighter of a stone than the entrance doors that you have dealt with in the past.
Okay.
Bublin's still attached to the rope.
Yeah.
How much rope do I have?
It's
How much
50
slack?
feet total. I'm only
Yeah,
probably going to give you like 20.
Yeah, like it. Not much has moved. Like you have a good amount on the other side. So as you enter this door, because I have to flip through multiple pages. Inside, you see a large room with what look to with a bunch of torches in it, an altar of some kind, and on the other side, a dais with a puzzle cube that you a puzzle cube. The puzzle cube is currently being, I guess, trapped between someone's hand and the dais by a stone statue that seems to be like either holding it there or just tried to touch it.
So there's
So give me a second.
altar,
Yes.
and then the dais, and there's like a statue holding the cube.
Yeah, there seems to be a oh, okay. So there seems to be a bald man in some kind of wizard robes who looks to be grabbing at the who seem to be putting his hand on the puzzle cube.
Okay.
But the man is a stone statue.
Okay.
Please ignore the name if you could see his name.
We cannot see the name.
Thank you.
Okay, Boblin's gonna walk into the room until his rope goes taut.
Okay. Gonna quickly, because you were like here. 5.
He'd have 5 more feet.
10,
Unless he tugs asking for more.
20, 25. You're fine. You've used up about 30 feet of rope.
Okay, yeah. Boblin would attempt to look around the chamber to see if he spots anything.
Okay. I will go to the box text for this room. 8 torches illuminate the room. The light washes over a floor mosaic showing 2 creatures locked in combat. A small bear with sharp claws and a rabbit with a spiral horn in its forehead. In the middle of the room, a robed figure stands next to a waist-high pedestal, atop which rests a stone cube. The figure is bald and has one hand on the cube. It takes a moment for you to realize that the figure is a statue.
Okay.
So the entire floor is another etched mosaic of a tiny bear man that you know of, and a rabbit with a horn
Which we also know
fighting to the death.
of from the other temple.
That was the one with the puzzle tiles, right?
I believe so.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Boblin is going to look around. Are there any like loose pebbles or bits of rubble on the ground that I can reach?
Yeah, in a room like this there would definitely be like debris just
Okay.
from this place being abandoned for years.
Boblin is going to pick up a rock and throw it at the puzzle cube.
You tink it off the puzzle cube, it seems to stay in place.
But,
As Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah. It seems to stay in place, being held there by the man statue.
Okay. Boblin is going to I'm looking at what I have in my equipment. Trying to. Okay. Boblin's gonna pull out one of his daggers this time and throw it at the puzzle cube.
I'm just reading, making sure. Okay.
Basically, he's trying to see if touching the puzzle cube turns things to stone, and realized the problem with his first plan when he was throwing stone at it. So that experiment is valid.
He's taking the scientific method from his father figures, so you
Yeah.
know that's a thing. So I agree with what you do. So you throw this dagger at it, and you kind of give me an attack roll, I guess,
Okay.
for a thrown dagger.
That just
The dagger attack.
Yeah.
I assume this is similar. Because I don't have a dagger set up. Right.
It would probably be Dex.
It would be Dex.
Daggers
D20
are
plus
finesse.
Dex plus proficiency.
You could use strength or dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're throwing it, so it's a
And?
ranged attack.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it
Yes.
still be Dex?
No. Throwing weapons by default
And it
typically
uses
tend to be
dex.
strength. Finesse
D20
determines
as
what
well.
you use.
Hmm.
It gives you the option of being strength or dexterity. That's why throwing
Okay.
daggers are better for rogues than throwing hatchets.
Okay, so a 10. Oh, you've been rolling 6s on odd rolls. So you throw the dagger, kind of misses the mark and ends up in the statue man's hand. And kind of embeds it, it kind of chips off the man's hand, and you see a piece of his thumb just kind of go off.
It'll buff out. Am I able to recover the dagger?
You are able to recover the dagger.
Alright, I wouldn't stop fucking around. Oh, that's a bad word. Can't say that. Well, they can't hear me.
Naturally tug the rope.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know what he said, but he said something. Their dad sense tingling.
19. So you throw it at the cube, and it bounces off the cube. You definitely made contact with the cube. You know the cube is at least somewhat magical, so it doesn't embed itself and break into the cube. The dagger does not turn to stone.
Okay. Well, I think I should report back and probably get a weapon.
Start fishing him back. It's like, he's been in there a long time.
Do you tug or do you go by your own volition?
Boblin would, to avoid being yanked back through the portal again, begin the process of going back to
Okay,
the.
because like at the angle you were at, it would be a couple of kind of
Looney
a
Tunes.
couple of hard knocks.
Back. Ow!
There
There are corners!
We don't know that.
So you go back to your friends.
Why do you pull so hard?
So slow and steady. We're fishing. Don't
No,
yank.
that's-
Except for the first one.
Sploosh.
Hi.
Again, you kind of breach the water, soaking wet again.
Dry off the goblin.
Gizzards, make me dry.
Oh, Boblin, you lost your hair. Oh, no, wait, that didn't happen.
He had a dream. He had a dream about you having hair.
Dry the goblin before he catches a cold.
It's very warm. I will say that this is chilled. It's always warm and humid. So it's actually probably a little refreshing, but that's just my experiences with warm, humid weather.
There are like 20 of you that bend the fabric of time and space. Can someone dry me off?
There you go.
Sleek is the only one that can dry you off.
Yeah.
One Presley coming up.
Wake up, you claustrophobic bird.
Drip, 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 drip. I'll hold Boblin over the bird to wake him up. Right.
All right. Yeah, Presley.
Report.
Much better. There is a portal and it goes to another. You already know that. But there's a puzzle cube, and an altar, and a stone guy who has 9 fingers.
Did he have 9 fingers before
I
you entered the
promise
room?
he had 9 fingers before. Why would you say that? Nothing happened. He always had 9 fingers. Humans only have 9 fingers.
Deception at disadvantage, Boblin, please. I do love.
Shut
the
up, Brian.
little-
You're a half elf.
I'm a human.
Fucking Brian.
Deception at disadvantage.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh,
You're not
It
very
was the shut up Brian. Like, because we didn't hear him say anything. I just probably saw him over there, like, counting his fingers, like, wait.
Something happened over there that
Alright.
Boblin either doesn't want you to know or is the cause of. It's Boblin.
I will untie the goblin.
Okay.
I'm set him down, give him a little pat on the head.
Thank you.
Um,
I was doing science there. The statue man was touching the puzzle cube,
mhm.
and I didn't know if it turned him into a stone statue.
So you threw something at one of his fingers.
I threw someone at the puzzle cube. I just missed.
It happens.
I threw a couple things. I had to use a dagger.
I mean, that is still a mineral.
But yes, caution is well advised here.
But there's an altar and 8 torches and mural of a Care Bear fighting a rabbit.
Apparently, Care Bears are a thing in this world, and I am not going to dispute that.
Just gonna grab the goblin and hop into the pool.
Ah!
So you, as your centaur man. So I'm just trying to.
I'm
picture
so
this.
thrilled to do this, I assure you.
He just gets stuck halfway,
Uh,
like legs sticking out.
I fit!
Do you? You're a horse. It's
so
a tiny
what
well.
It is 5 by 5. I measured.
So I'm just going to describe how this goes. This is how I see this. You grab Boblin underneath your arm. You go over. Your front 2 legs are kind of on the precipice. You step forward, lean forward, and then just go sploosh as you kind of make a hard 90-degree turn into another 90-degree turn, and your front 2 hooves clamber onto the other side. I'm just going to move you and Boblin right here so I can grab you both. And then splash! As you breach the other waters and quickly make your way through, as the rest of your party literally see you crawl through this water.
I make it as dignified as I can, but,
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
a little awkward.
you know.
Yeah.
That bird better go over here quick, because this feels disgusting.
I know.
I will hop in next.
There,
And Ryan will also follow.
Yeah, so
I was sort of trying to like, sort of dive, sort of backwards hop, fly into the pool. So I have level when I come out on the other side. And prestige all around.
yeah, so you all make it through. You feel a weird sensation as gravity kind of shifts from below you to above you, and then below you again. As you met this very like, what's the word I'm thinking of? This center point of gravity, and then you go past it.
Now you're thinking about portals.
Yes, like very much. If you've ever played Portal, it's like that feeling where your stomach goes from, oh, this weighs down. No, now that weighs down. If anyone would like to, they can also fish out that coin that's kind of stuck in between.
No.
Okay, that gets left there.
That's our... we paid the ferryman.
Yeah.
So welcome to my crib.
I set the boblin back down. Just... don't... No. I've built a crib before, and then march forward.
Do you build my crib?
Face palm as I go through the door.
Yeah, Mage and facepalm.
Wow.
And if we come through here, we will find my altar and the amazing 9-fingered man.
How about we stop at the altar? For science's sake. Man, you really, really did a number on his finger. I don't think that's going to buff out.
It'll buff out. Brian, tell him there are lots of advantages to having 9 fingers.
I have 10.
You sure?
I'm back.
Yes.
Would you like to lose one?
No.
Sure.
What
Loads
did
the
I miss?
crossbow.
Boblin's trying to convince Brian that 9 fingers is an advantage.
No, you hit the thumb, and as many animals have proven, a thumb is very important,
Not for humans.
especially to humans.
No.
Continues loading the crossbow.
No.
So,
Altar. Altar, gentlemen.
yes.
Yes.
So, as I would like the two artificers to make a history check to as you see the statue man, because something should ring in your mind. Actually, Salik and Tokus.
I was say I am not a historian.
Ready?
Okay, now let's see if Salik would. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Salik is busy counting Brian's fingers.
Salik is a bit busy prestidigitating everyone dry completely to notice. But as Tokus, as you turn the corner around this altar and you see the man, you recognize the look of the robes. This is a Red Wizard of Thay. And you remember that because you saw a dead one that you took some stuff off of earlier in the
Yeah.
month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're here.
Mhm. So team, what do we know about Thay?
History checks all around. Tokus, you don't have to.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. You did one last time, and you got I believe you got a very high roll there. So, let's see if anyone else. 10.
I got a 10, so
12.
I assume that's like bare bones knowledge of them.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, 10 is base. Boblin is Boblin going to have a brain blast? Just have like I am apparently a lore master of Thay. Never asked to be a lore master of Thay.
Okay.
Oh, why? Why? Why is Boblin the one
I mean-
who knows the most about Thay?
He'd know pretty much everything that he was taught.
So, as Tokus recounts and Boblin remembers, somehow, I don't know how, if you can come up with a reason why Boblin, in his previous life before Chult, would know an extensive amount about Thay, I will give you inspiration. But as Tokus and apparently Boblin both go on, Thay is a
Thay is a
Thay is a very
Fairy?
powerful. Don't you dare, Boblin. I will-
Boblin just repeating this verbatim.
Yeah. Okay.
Tokus loads the crossbow.
I'm just staring at Brian because apparently Boblin did better homework than Brian in this subject.
Hold on. I didn't roll for Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Brian may have the most
Suck it, Boblin.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna bite off your thumb.
So, Brian.
You watch
Tokus,
yourself when you
and
sleep, woman.
Thay- Brian, Tokus, and Thay, and and Boblin recount as what they know about Thay, which it is a country ruled by a magical hierarchy, and each school of magic has basically their own law and governance uh, uh, in in the society. They're also one of the highest has the highest populations of slaves in the Forgotten Realms, I believe, and also deals in the slave trade a very high amount. It's with a 22 and a 17, and I'm going to just go with the 24 over there. You would know that the current ruling body, the current ruler of the highest, the current highest person of power in Thay is the Grand Wizard of Necromancy, Zaztan, the Lich, and he has held that position since Thay was a thing. I believe. I could be wrong on that. I believe he's held that position since Thay was a country, was born, since Thay was born.
What was the name again?
Zaztan, which I believe is ZAS space TAN.
TAM.
Yes. There is a pronunciation guide in here. Not in the pronunciation guide. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. But yes, something Tokus would absolutely know, and Brian would probably know, just from being in the Flaming Fist, is at current, because of the Tokus. You remember hearing this from the Harpers when you were researching in the library back in the big town. I forget its name off the top of my head. Because of the death curse that is prevalent throughout the entire world that you know of, Thay has been thrown into a civil war. There's a slave revolt going on in Thay right now because no one that dies can get resurrected, and any undead, anyone who has been brought back to life is slowly dying.
Mm-hmm.
So the slaves and the resistance in Thay is taking this moment in time to try to usurp Zaztan and the ruling council in Thay, to try to make themselves free. So, can of worms there, can of political worms there, because Death Curse bad. It's killing a lot of people, but Death Curse is also getting rid of Thay.
Yeah, but Death Curse bad.
Yeah, but Death Curse bad.
Well, I see a pretty solid way to help thin the numbers.
Break the statue?
I mean, we've already started.
Yeah.
Bobbling whistles.
Pablo, how about you give that Morning Star a crack?
Really?
Well, absolutely. The man's a slaver.
Hey,
What are you attacking him with? / give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna lucky that.
I'm gonna like I'm gonna hold him up so he gets a clean swing straight to the cranium.
Is that
Okay.
advantage then?
As in, I am helping.
Okay. Give me another roll. I'm not even gonna. There you go. That's a good hearty roll. So you take your Morning Star, which is a ball with spikes on the end of a stick, and you just slam it into this bald man's head. Anecdote that apparently Boblin knows that was not brought up. The ruling council of Thay all have shaved heads with tattoos marking their position, and the slaves are not allowed to cut their hair ever. And that is how they determine social standing in Thay, which is weird.
I mean, it helps blend in with the undead hierarchy, yada yada yada.
Yeah, but just like it's one of those weird things. Like sociologically, it makes you hate your hair.
But nerds,
Yeah, you just
altar.
you
Yes.
just slam this man's bald head, and it goes straight into a wall and smashes into a bajillion pieces.
I'm sure he won't be a pertinent NPC we would need to talk to.
Of course not.
I'm sure it's fine.
Also, Balin used to move to Thay. You'd be a god.
That's not how that works.
He
not how
has
that
no
works.
hair!
That doesn't mean anything. That's just how they show social standing.
He could fake being a god.
That could be a thing.
He already
but
has to deal
we'll
with
figure that
dwarves.
out.
Let's baby steps. Baby
Yeah,
steps.
look, we'll figure that out when we figure that out. All right, so the head of this Thane Wizards is now gone. All the
Sucks
information
to
that he
be
held is
had.
gone. Now what do you do?
Look at the altar.
Okay.
I'll work up
In-
my way to this puzzle cube and use detect magic to see if it does indeed turn people to stone once they touch it.
Okay. Toxic has the stone head of a Thane wizard in his bag now. Give me a. Yeah, you have a detect magic. Yeah, you're the one who.
No, I was.
He has detect magic, so.
Yeah, and I probably still have it up.
Yes, you would still have it up. So Salik, are you also detecting magic?
I don't have to ritual cast it, but yes.
Okay. So the two of you very obviously see that the pedestal is trapped, magically trapped. It is transmutation magic, from what you can tell. I like to think that each school of magic has a different aura.
Yeah, that's how they describe it.
Yes. And divine magic, a clerical magic, kind of has its own flavor.
Different shade.
Yeah, different shade, maybe different texture magic in its aura. But yeah, it is transmutation that seems to be connected to the puzzle cube itself, connected to the pedestal.
So is it bound to the puzzle cube or the pedestal? Or both?
Yes.
Is there any other magic in the room?
The torches seem to have some sort of magic.
Hmm. Seeing that, I will. Well, first I will go. Oh, Boblin, it seems your honcho's right. There is definitely a transportation trap on that pedestal.
Aha, I called it.
I'm going to assume you eventually take off the rest of the man from
Whack.
the puzzle cube. Like break his arm,
Whack.
so you could get to the puzzle cube if needed.
Let that birdie, I'm kind of busy. Whack.
You know what, Boblin? If you're just gonna like smash this thing to bits,
Unless someone stops me.
I would like a survival roll at disadvantage, or what would this be? Cause okay, on the fourth wall, talking to other DMs, just because what kind of role would be searching this man's remains for stuff, but he is a statue, so it's technically embedded into the statue.
Still would be investigation.
Yeah, okay. All right. Investigation at disadvantage because you're not sure of anything in there, and it's still in the stone as you're smashing it.
Sorry, what was that all?
Investigation at disadvantage.
Whack.
I'm just gonna say you take as much time as you need to smash the shit out of the statue.
Be a 4.
Okay. You don't find anything.
All right, so seeing that there's some magic in the torches, I'm actually going to try and pull a double door here and use prestidigitation to snuff out the torches. See what happens.
All right. So, as you go to snuff out the torches, there's a full second pause, and then they light back up again.
Curious.
I'm just gonna continue staring at this altar.
Did you roll something that I
No,
missed?
I left it for the nerds to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I said
okay,
I'm
okay.
looking at the altar.
I'm the fighting artificer. I don't study
Okay.
stuff. I make stuff.
Sorry about that.
Then what's Austriel's excuse?
You're the mechanic.
All right. Well, seeing the torches light back up, I'm actually going to use Presti on each one to see if there's a longer delay on them. Like if I had to snuff these out in sequence or something.
No. Okay. So as you go around and you take like a good couple of minutes to do this, they all seem to have the same amount of time to come back on. Investigation of 10. You know what? Yeah. Okay, so Tokus, you would find that on the altar, there seems to be some kind of writing in Omuan that you can't read.
Okay. Do we have a comprehend languages among us?
Let me check the doctor. Character sheet loading, character sheet loading, character sheet loading. That would be a negative.
Zalik?
That would be a negative.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Multiple times. We it's on the list of things to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that on my to-do list.
Does there seem to be like any sort of like pattern on the altar at all? Apart from
You look at the altar, and through kind of just being reminded of like Omoon society and what you have learned of Shelton society as a whole, you think this might have been a sacrificial altar at one point in its life. Like, you could see the dents of where the dagger was, stabbed into a man and dented in on the other side.
Anybody got a dagger?
Yes.
Could I borrow it?
It's over
Okay.
there on the ground next to the man's thumb.
No, you retrieved it.
Okay, I'm just
said it.
making fun of him.
I will take the dagger and just kind of cut my hand open and drop it onto the altar.
Blink, blink.
Science.
That's not science.
This is science.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that falls under blood magic.
No, that's don't starve science. But as you do that and you wait a couple of seconds, nothing seems to happen
Okay.
that you know of, that you can see.
Yeah, see? Not science. Science has results.
No result is still a result.
He's not wrong. Brian just pipes up in the background with the book that you've given
Doubling
him.
your homework.
You've said it in the book multiple times.
Well, I could simply mage hand this, but there's a chance the magic connection could still trigger the trap.
Wow. You mentioned groove, a hole in the wall. Yes? Back in the hallway.
There was some sort of seam, yes.
Yes. This would be something that you would probably know because you were still here. You also remember on the other side, in the hallway, there are a bunch of carvings with torch holders next to them.
Hold up. Do these torches look like they could be removed?
You pick one up and they can be removed.
At no point does he say he picked one up. To be clear.
They look like they can be removed.
Hang on, these torches relight themselves a little bit. I will use Mage Hand to grab one, pluck it out, and I will, assuming nothing happens, I will take it back to the pool.
So you go through the pool with the torch over here, and sploosh over here, and you pull out the torch with yourself, and you wait that amount of time that you've seen from the torches, and it doesn't light back up.
I will hop back into the pool and see if it relights back here.
Still damp and wet, much like yourself, and does not relight back up.
Pity. So after using Press D on myself, I will walk back in the room and go, the torches do not relight on the other side. I will, sort of brush it towards one of the other torches to relight it and put it back.
All right. As you put it back in its spot, you give it that full solid second, and it lights back up.
The hand that was on the puzzle cube, is it still there gripping it?
I would say after Boblin's event.
I mean, I
Not
wouldn't
real,
let him
no.
have swung near the hand, because he might break the puzzle cube.
All right, then I would say that the hand is the only thing attached to the puzzle cube anymore.
Okay, it's like Bob is still swinging him, holding off to the side.
You just dragging the rest of the statue over to the side and just like smash, smash, smash.
Because without touching the cube, does it look like the hand has a firm grip on it?
Yes.
We'd like to tie a rope around like the arm wrist section.
Okay.
And then go in here. Encourage others to get out of that room.
I will. Me and Brian will get out of that room.
Sploosh. Bestie.
Yes.
Dude, when I say out of that room, man, he went the hell out of that room.
Just saving some time.
Boblin,
Boblin.
you and I are going to give this a big old tug as we go jumping through the pool, okay?
Yeah. Tug. Run.
Okay.
And the plan is literally if it doesn't resist being pulled off manually, hop through the pool, continue running all the way out of the temple.
Okay. As you pull and yank, just because of the way this is worded, I need you to give me a Constitution save.
Boblin. Okay.
No. Totzig.
There we go.
Okay.
That works.
So you pull it
Boom.
and you hear a clunk. And then you start pulling again, and I need you to give me another Constitution save.
I hear a clunk, but I need to know, do I have resistance?
At first, a little resistance because it's stone, and then you hear it clunk on the ground, and you hear it dragging as you're pulling it along. Only as much resistance as you have weighed one of these at one point in time, a pound worth of stone and a little extra because hand.
But I've also felt magic through a rope all the way to me in the other room.
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of as you pass the first one, there seems to be some kind of pulse of magic as you're pulling along, and as it happens again, give me another one as you
Who says I
as
kept
you
pulling?
see it rounding the corner and it's getting closer to the door.
I would not keep pulling.
Oh, you would not keep pulling? All right. So you stop pulling, and as you stop pulling and kind of just wait there for a second, you don't have to do the second. You don't feel another pulse.
I'll poke my head around the corner, see how far it got.
Okay, I'm just gonna move the token as far as it goes. So I'm gonna say it's here, or around the corner from the altar.
Go fetch the wizard with his fancy hand.
I will stick my head through the well. Do I come up the other side?
Actually, seeing as the plan wasn't to go through the pool, I'd be back here on this side.
It's like they're waiting. Man, where
Okay,
are
Just,
they?
Billy probably fell asleep again.
What do you want to do, Tokus?
The same thing Boblin did, poke through and call for Sleep to come back.
Okay. Comes back.
I'm going to offer his mage hand the rope.
The mage hand will grab it and be ready to let go if another pulse happens.
Why? It's a mage hand.
Yeah.
The old tug.
All right, mage hand grabs the rope and pulls.
Okay. how do I have a mage hand do a Constitution save?
It's not a living entity. It doesn't have constitution.
Yeah.
So I guess it would automatically fail.
No, it
There's-
just wouldn't
there's-
do anything.
There's nothing for it to turn to stone.
Yeah.
It's not like the mage hand itself just turns to stone and just flops to the floor.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's a magical construct.
But
of
it's not a
hand.
It's not a construct. It's basically air shaped in a hand.
Hang on, let me pull up the description for it.
Yeah, because it. I'm using construct not in the way a Warforged construct, but as like a wall of magic is a physical construct of a wall.
It's described as a spectral floating hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
but there's no flesh. There's no material for it.
Yeah.
For it to be turned to stone with.
Hmm. All right. So as
More fortunate, not a definition for construct. No,
Look,
but they
I
do
wondered
fall
how long it would take for you to say something like that, Cat.
in all caps, mind you.
look, I'm looking for a definitional term
But yeah,
because I'm thinking like Green Lantern construct of a hand, but like
'Cause
that's
it-
besides the point.
if
I'm being
so,
pedantic.
if the trap, for instance, says something along the lines of, if a creature attempts to remove, yada yada yada, Mage Hand's not a creature,
No, it is not.
so it wouldn't go off.
No, it won't.
The triggering item is not there.
Okay, so I am reading this out to see how this trap works in the context of how it be.
Mage hand is a conjuration, so what would happen if a conjured construct were
It's-
to
It is not
Uh,
a conjured creature.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting.
All it is manipulative magical force.
Okay. So the mage hand, you can move it with the mage hand. You've made enough of a discussion that it would work the way you want it to.
and I'm pretty sure the weight's not over 10 pounds, so we
No,
can definitely
it
tug the
weighs
thing.
a pound and maybe like an extra half a pound because the hand. So you would pull it up, and you could very easily get it to outside the door and to yourself if needed.
And once I've pulled up enough of the rope, I'll just simply hover it over the pool and drop it in, or throw it in so that it falls through the other side.
Okay, so you have the mage hand kind of whip it around, and then just give it a good
Give it the old
throw.
boblin.
Yes, the give it the old boblin.
Yay.
So now it is over here. Clink, clink, clink.
Now, with your special eyes, wizard, is it the pedal still there, still
breath.
glowing?
Tokus, because
and out.
Tokus and Salik are both have mage, both have detect magic up. So Salik would also see it. As he pulls the cube to himself, the cube is still glowing with that transmutation magic, and so is the pedestal. As you
Still trapped.
as you look back in the room.
Good. We have it secured. I was kind of hoping you'd put it in the bag of holding instead of.
Well, now it's over there.
I will hop over.
I'll hop in
Oh,
first
that's
so I
Boblin.
can. I'll hop in first so I can move it out of the way so we don't people don't accidentally step on it.
Oh no, we're still gonna have
Okay.
to solve this, because if it still has transportation on it, then it needs to get disabled. So when I go reaching in and I go stone, I go am, because then my stone hand is in the bag of holding, and y'all are all fucked. I guess you just cut it open. Make sure to send my letter home to my daughter. You know, 'cause it's y'all's fault. Fizzing. Everyone got real
So-
quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up with the cube?
The cube is still emitting the transmutation magic on this side of the pool.
Let's take it out of the temple using mid-chance leak.
Yeah, just sort of dangling this thing in front of me. I will take it outside.
Okay. So as you turn the corner and see the doctor and his cadre, you and Salik and Tokus turn the corner. As you see the doctor and his guards kind of up against the wall, kind of trying to not be detected as they look through the doorway, as they stop you and say, "There's snake people out there," and that's where we're going to stop. For the
Okay.
night.
All right then.
There's sneeple out there.
GM,
Yeah.
would a rope around a rock classify as a sling-like object?
I would
for a
say
reason.
I was
to
thinking
work
that
with an
too.
Improvised flail.
But if I'm actively using it like a sling, as a 50-foot rope, that I just gonna get some quick clarification here.
Are you really gonna use this as a weapon?
Maybe. Depends on how many snakes are out there.
I'm gonna say that doesn't work the way you want it to, just because it's
if they
purely
touch it,
pied.
I'm just saying. Think about it, because it's gonna happen. If you can justify why it don't work,
But it's still gonna happen.
it's gonna happen.
I can justify it as the DM says no because that's way too much of a weapon of mass destruction.
If they try to take it,
Hey, if they say
I'm going to put you
we
in a
want the
situation.
stone-
Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay, so I can picture it in my head already.